Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is MOHAMAD AZMI, metric number 2C9705. Okay, our study is houseless income effect poverty in Selangor. The data of this study was taken from 1995 to 2019. Before we go in more, I will explain the meaning of houseless. Houseless can be translated when more than one person live in one house. Each houseless will have a leader and a member. Although the member live in the house do not have a bond of brotherhood, it is still included in this count. They are responsible for managing the houseless economy. For example, pay the electricity by necessity and so on. Okay, next, what is poverty? Poverty is a situation in which a person lacks the necessity of life. In modern society, poverty is often equated with the problem of the lack of money. Poverty can be measured according to the poverty line set by country. The poverty line in Malaysia in 2019 is 2,209. So, households with less income than poverty line will be included in the poor. Poverty has two sides. First, absolute poverty and relative poverty. Absolute poverty measure of poverty in relative money and basic society, such as food, clothes, and place. The concept of absolute poverty do not take into account the question of quality of life or social injustice. The concept focus to the fate of individual or houseless who do not able to meet basic needs and help initially to meet the needs minimum. Okay, next, relative poverty. Relative poverty can be equated to income distribution. Income distribution can show the level of welfare of individual. That is by compare the level of welfare of the individual with the level welfare of other. What the income houseless meaning? Okay, the definition of houseless income is the total gross income from the all member from age 15 and above and live in one house.
Hello, my name is NURAMBIA BINTI AZIZAN. Metric number is 270131. Today I would like to present the causes of low-income household in Selangor. The problem that contributes to low household income is due to cost of living. The cost of living is the amount of money needed to cover basic expenses such as housing, food, taxes, and healthcare in a certain place and time period. The cost of living is often used to compare how expensive it is to live in one city versus another. The cost of living is tied to wage. If expenses are higher in the city, salary levels must be higher so that people can afford to live in that city. But the cost of living is a major problem faced by low household income. An increase in income that is not in line with the cost of living causes that community to be squeezed. Moreover, this is a very much felt by the resident living in the city. When compared to other backward states, the cost of living in Selangor quite high. Although household income in Selangor is high compared to other states, but the income is not enough due to the high cost of living in Selangor. Okay, the second point is low wages. Low wages are a major problem for the people living in the city and are a cause of the problem low-income household in Selangor. This will definitely lead to the problem of poverty. In relation to the problem of low wages certainly relates to the community living in the city. When the income received is only able to pay rent, car bills and the rest is to cover monthly expenses. Low wages are also the cause of the high rate of indebtedness to the urban population, which affect to the low household income. Low wages rate make it difficult for the population to enjoy a better and more comfortable life and are plagued by poverty. With more or medium income among the B40 and M40 groups, of course they will be affected and belong to the urban poor. Among the reasons for low household income is due to the high level of indebtedness in urban living communities. This causes residents to also have to buy a house for comfortable need despite for low income. This is the factor that cause the resident in big cities such as Selangor to have to allocate most of the income to pay high monthly installment and cause poverty to those who receive a small household income. This debt burden to be paid by the population is so great that the income earned is only allocated to pay the debt in installment. The balance from the income earned among them to pay the installment debt and the rest is used to cover the rising cost of living, which causes a person to be burdened. Poverty that occur in Malaysia can be seen through the different income gaps between the Bumiputra and non-Bumiputra communities. These income gaps lead to the community consisting of household income such as top 20, middle 40 and bottom 40. Income inequality gaps can be seen in terms of between the rich and the poor and between races. The reason for low household income is due to lack of choice and opportunities. From another perspective, the reason for the low household income is because the community lacks the opportunity to get better job in terms of a decent salary despite having skill due to the insistence of less job opportunities are open. Besides that, low household income and resulting in poverty are also due to lack of academic qualification. This causes this group do not get the opportunity to enjoy higher salary due to low academic qualification as well. The implementation of the minimum wage that a person should earn includes the factor that are the academic qualification of an employee, the technology used by the organization and due to the finance of the organization as well. Okay, the problem that contributes to low household income is due to the pattern or spending changes that are not in line with income capability. This relates to household spending pattern involving the purchase of goods and services that are not in line with the income of the urban population. For example, a family spends more money through its income more than what is received. This situation have a very bad and detrimental effects on a person because the household has a large amount of expenses.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is NURAMBIA binti HASHIM and my matrix numbers is 279907. There are 4 impacts of poverty. The first one is reduced saving. Poverty causes household savings to be reduced because they have to use the income earned to cover all household expenses like parent, car loan, and family needs. Poverty is often interpreted in the context of middle income level where a household is considered as a poor if it has less than 50% of middle household income. low household income makes it difficult for them to make savings. Based on the poverty data stated, the percentage of absolute poverty in 2002 is 1.1% and in 2016 is 0.8%. That shows there is an increase in the poverty rate in Selangor. Therefore, people save less money and spend more. When savings are reduced, households will face many problems in the future because savings are very important for future use like healthcare, emergencies, hospitals, retirement money, and others. So due to the poverty, households cannot save a lot of money and it causes them to reduce saving. Number 2, increasing crime and violence. People who do not have enough money or poor will encourage them to commit an illegal act such as robbery, snatching, stealing, and extortion. Some of them have to do such things to cover the high household expenses. Decreasing employment opportunities and the high prices of goods make it difficult for households to make expenses, especially in urban areas like Selangor. According to a statistics of index criminal cases throughout Malaysia by the Ministry of Home Affairs, the increase in index crime cases involving violent crime and property crime in Selangor is since increasing from the year 1995 to 2016 from 80,215 cases to 31,222 cases, or an increase of 13,007 cases. This shows that poverty faced by society leads an increase to crime and violence that endangers the security and harmony of the people as well as the country. Number 3, children drop out educational opportunities. The educational rights of children who are oppressed by poverty are increasingly being forgotten so much so that they make labels to help parents generate income for a long life. When parents experience a crisis in poverty, they do not have enough money to educate their children, especially those who have many children. This is because the parents do not get a permanent job and earn a low income. In addition, they cannot afford to pay school fees, buy school uniforms, study equipment, and no transportation. As a result, most of them had to drop out of school at a young age and had to work to help their families financially. The last impact of poverty is poor housing. The poverty faced by some households in Selangor affects them not to have a comfortable place to live. Most of them had to live in squatter areas to survive, and some even had to sleep on the side of the road. Urban squatter growth is a manifestation of the urban poverty problem where urban sectors are unable to absorb the entire labor, especially those migrating from rural to urban, and creating unemployment problems as well as providing basic urban facilities. Eventually, this group has opened and occupied squatter areas due to the lack of ability to buy or rent a suitable house to live in, coupled with the limited low-cost housing and unable to compete with its high demand. It's clear that poor housing is the impact of poverty.
Next, I will continue to present the effective alternative to solve the household poverty problem in Selangor. Create or increase the job opportunity. The state government of Selangor can increase the job opportunity in Selangor through 3 ways, which is economic support, organizing various entrepreneur development plans, and providing complete infrastructure. In the way of economic support, the state government can providing subsidy to businessmen. When businessmen have more funds to expand their business, government will have new business occur in Selangor, which will directly increase the job opportunity in Selangor. Next is for the organizing various entrepreneur development plan, which can increase the amount of entrepreneur in Selangor. When state government of Selangor organize the entrepreneur development plan, it can attract more people who want to become the entrepreneur to join and give guidance to them. This will give them the opportunity to start a business and increase the job opportunity in Selangor. Last, providing complete infrastructure. When Selangor have the complete infrastructure, it can attract the foreign direct investment from other countries to invest in Selangor and develop new business. When they have business in Selangor, they will hire the people of Selangor as their employee, thus reduce the unemployment rate in Selangor. Second, training entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs is the big contribution in creating the job opportunity in Selangor. This is because their activity always related to the creation of value, which can increase their productivity and increase their R&D department. And this will lead to increase the job opportunity in Selangor when they need new employee to run their machine, their new factory, and so on. In Selangor, PKNS have organized various programs to increase the amount of entrepreneurs in Selangor, such as Bahagian Pembangunan Usahawan BPU and the program Keusahawan. Third, maximum price for cost of living. Selangor is the state that having the highest B40 household in urban area, and more of them agree that the price of needed for their basic living has exceeded their budget, which caused them poverty. Therefore, the state government of Selangor need to strictly control the price of commodity for not too high, so that they have enough money to buy their necessity. However, before controlling the price, the state government need to investigate the consumption quotas of poor people in Selangor. This is to avoid the situation in businessmen having less income when the state government control the price too low and lead to another poverty. Last, technical and vocational training. Most of the people in Selangor cannot get a job is because they do not have the necessary skills. This also have caused them can start out in the job interview. Therefore, the state government of Selangor can organize programs such as latihan industry to train them having the necessary skills. This can involve the low-income household, unemployment people with no experience or skill, and the poor people. The state government also can diversify the training by having the different training environment, so that it can be suitable for everyone in Selangor to join the program. Not only that, when there is a job that suits them, the state government of Selangor can inform them so that they won't miss any job application that's suitable for them.
Okay, based on the discussion, what can be included in the poverty stem from the various aspects. Low income rate generally affect the poverty rate in Selangor. Poverty has had many effects on the individual, communities and nation, such as rising crime rates, famine among children, low level education and so on. The government has taken various measures to overcome the problem of poverty, such as providing skill training, increases the minimum wage rate of workers, and so on. Government effort will not success without the operation of all parties. Therefore, we need to work together with the government to reduce the poverty rate in the country. That's all for us. Thank you.